It's Luke and Naomi.
Welcome into, it's our 123rd episode. That's a lot.
We're getting old.
We're getting close to 100 full-on reviews, by the way.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Almost to 100 actual reviews. They start about episode 25. So, mini celebration for that coming up
Whoop, whoop.
in a few weeks. How about that? That's really cool. I didn't even realize that. I think I may have, but then totally forgot until we got started. Anyway, welcome in. I'm Luke Austin. That's Naomi Lynn. How's it going?
It's going well.
All right. And we got a goofy as hell review coming up. But the thing is Spaceballs and Mel Brooks is right up Naomi's alley as far as comedy and goofiness and things like that, right?
It is.
I mean, I am really surprised that this was never a watch for you and your parents, your dad, you and your sisters, or your sister.
I'm sure my dad has seen it a million times. He has to have seen it a million times.
Right?
He's the one who showed me Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is definitely his kind of sense of humor too. But no, I never watched it.
The Mel Brooks stuff. So that's coming up. Really excited to see what Naomi thinks of that. Of course, we'll have her favorite lines and characters and stuff like that as soon as she's done with the review. But again, I've seen a ton of movies, and we're working on getting Naomi up there with the rest of us because she, up until now, has lived under a rock.
That's right.
That's right. So if you've seen Spaceballs, relive your first watch through Naomi's eyes. If you've never seen it either, should you?
I'll let you know.
We will definitely let you know. Spoilers abound because the movie's 50 years old. So
Right.
If you haven't seen it by now, what are you, living under a rock?
With me?
See what we did there? All right. If you follow along on our Facebook page, you will have seen pictures of Naomi behind our washing machine.
We had a situation.
I can't believe this. It's so stupid. And I can't believe it happened, but we bought a brand new thing of laundry detergent. I put it up on the shelf.
Where you always put the laundry detergent.
Exactly. And
We didn't think anything of it.
I was wrapping up laundry last night as we were getting ready to start our movie. Mm-hmm. And I went to just throw away the old one, get the new one ready for next week. Mm-hmm. If I didn't notice, it would have been another week of this thing leaking all over the place. So I'm like, oh man, that's dripping. And then I started looking, and I was like, oh, my God, that's dripping. Whoa.
That's been dripping for a while.
And then I saw the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it was a puddle. And because, we sometimes forget that we're not normal people and blog everything that we do, forgot to take a picture of the huge puddle of laundry detergent on the floor behind the washing machine. But
Yeah. I mean, it's a crazy amount. And honestly, I'm trying not to be bothered by it. But we all know how frugal I try to be.
Frugal is the word.
And laundry detergent is expensive. And that puddle, oh my goodness. I was like, can I just leave the puddle? I'll drop my dirty clothes into it, and then we'll throw those into the washer as need be. Because
right, just wipe
I don't
a little
want,
bit at a time.
Yeah, I don't want to lose all this laundry soap. This stuff is expensive.
Just leave it there and dab as needed.
Yes.
That's great.
So instead, we wiped it up with towels and then put it in one load, which I'm surprised that we didn't walk into the laundry room and there was just bubbles all over the place. Yeah.
Foam party.
Yeah, basically.
Foam party in the laundry room. But yeah, it was, thankfully Naomi's tiny enough to get back behind the washing machine. I'm leaning it on its side so she can reach under there. We've got the ton of, you can see the pile of towels and all of that stuff. So crazy little mishap last night. Again, no idea if it happened, if, maybe when I put the detergent up there on the shelf or something, or if
there was always a hole there and we just never noticed.
Maybe
I don't know.
I store it on its side and we bought it in a different, it was in a different position. So that's something that I'm sure will remain a mystery forever.
Well, you know what? I'm going to find the silver lining here. The best part of this situation.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Our laundry room smells so good now. It's just so fresh and clean in there. Not that it was bad before, but now you walk in and it hits you in the face. It's bam.
Tide.
Fresh.
Boom.
Yes.
Yeah. I knew you were going to say that too. That's the one thing that you said last night that I thought was the funniest part of most of it. It's Got that floor extra clean.
That's right.
Don't ever really clean underneath the washing machine, so there you go.
Right, and now we don't have to.
Yeah, a little laundry soap mishap last night. That was kind of funny. Don't forget to check out our all the socials because you'll see things like that.
Yeah, the pictures are up on our Facebook page if you want to check them out. Check out that mess and leave pictures of your mess. You know, have you had a situation like this happen where, I don't know, something unexpected? Maybe there was a hole in the trash bag, so you just kept throwing things in there and you went to pick it up and now you got a disaster.
Oh, that's so...
We want to see those pictures.
I'll take soap, you know?
You're right? It's soap. We'll be fine.
So. Yeah.
Besides the money. I was mad about that. But we want to see those pictures. You can leave them in the comments. Again, that picture is up on our Facebook page. And like Luke said, follow all our socials. You'll get that and other things.
That's right. The Turkey Chonga video being one of our newest ones up there. If you're not in Wilmington, the Turkey Chonga is a deep-fried Thanksgiving burrito. And we use that to choose a pairing for Thanksgiving dinner for your wine or beer choice if you're looking for something different than... you know, the boring same old, same old. You want a cool wine or beer pairing, we've got you covered there. Check out that video. Of course, on YouTube is where you can see every single thing too, lukeandnaomi.com, all of that stuff. And if you do check out lukeandnaomi.com, please don't forget to check out the Caribbean Surf Connection information because that's our big charity for the not-so-polar plunge for 2026. That's coming up. Of course, New Year's Day.
He almost said it.
Almost said it.
Polar plunge. Because it is still a polar plunge.
It's not.
It's still
not
cold.
so polar plunge.
It's still cold.
But yeah, that's what's going on in our world, in the world of random facts, or as I like to call it around here, your recurrent dose of Did You Know? I Did It. I have the hardest time with that, and I don't know why. I've got some random facts for episode 123. Did you know Morgan Freeman did a movie called 10 Items or Less, and it was the first film that was legally available for downloading. 2006.
Okay.
Do we have to have firsts for that stuff, right?
I guess.
Along those lines, did you know where to go? That Aerosmith became the first major artist to release a song as an exclusive digital download.
Okay.
Any guesses what year?
No.
1994.
Okay. I was going to guess in the 90s, but that seemed too far-fetched.
I didn't think you'd go back to 94, but yeah, apparently they did that. It was the song Head First, available as a 4 megabyte WAV file to CompuServe subscribers at the time.
Oh, okay.
At the time, to get 4 megabytes of a WAV file, 60 to 90 minutes.
Sounds about right.
Man, them's were the days, right? Did you know that from 2011 through 2012, China produced more cement, or as they say around here, cement, than the U.S. did throughout the entire 20th century?
No, but I don't feel like I need that useless fact.
Random facts.
That one's useless.
It is. But how about this one? We like hockey around here. Did you know there's only one NHL team that's won every time they've made it to the Stanley Cup Finals? And as Detroit Red Wings fans, we are not fans of this team.
I don't know. We're not fans of a lot of teams.
A lot of teams, right? Colorado.
I was going to guess Colorado.
I should have let you guess. Okay, yes. Colorado, they've won the Cup every time. 3-0, 96, 2001, and 2022. And finally, did you know, based on his height and the weight of marshmallows, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters would weigh 3.87 million pounds. Or about
That's a big boy.
2,000 tons. That's how much marshmallows rained down all over New York City in that movie.
Wow.
Which is one of our Under a Rock reviews, by the way. You can check that out in the 80s list. If you go to 80s movies, we got the playlist there. You can find that there nice and easily. Thanksgiving's on the way, and, you know, this is boring, but I promise it's kind of going somewhere. The average American will spend nearly $1,000 for Thanksgiving.
That's so gross.
It's terrible. You know, a bunch of it's going to be food and drinks and things like that.
Well, yeah, and the drinks end up adding up, and so do the food. You know, like you buy your turkey and your stuffing and your potatoes, but then you get a pie because you don't feel like cooking.
That's
And then
great.
you get some appetizers, you know, to snack on throughout the day, and it just...
Then you get snacks to lead up to Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
of course.
and
There's
it just
actually
adds up.
There's a category for that. For,
Okay.
for the stuff from it's literally miscellaneous or random stuff. $300, almost $290 on other miscellaneous random. That's not decorations, drinks, food, or travel.
Okay.
But that's legit. Yeah, $290-ish on travel, gas, plane tickets, hotels. Shout out to the folks coming down for Thanksgiving dinner.
Yep.
Right. And then, of course, you're $175 on food, $110 on drinks. Average person spends about $83 on decorations. So all told, that's $1,000.
First of all,
Ish.
I'm going to stop for a second and say if you're spending $83 on decorations for Thanksgiving, what are you doing? It's Thanksgiving. You don't really need to decorate.
My grandmother, maternal grandmother, used to decorate for, I'm pretty sure, Thanksgiving. She had like the old school like cardboard decorations for every single holiday, like to 4th of July.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that stuff is cute. But I'm not dropping $83
I'm
to
sure.
put up some turkey somewhere.
I'm sure all told, Grandma spent probably $5.95 on all of them.
There you go, yeah.
You know, back in the day and all
Or
that
like
stuff.
just trace your hand and with like brown construction paper, cut that out. There you go, some turkeys. Cost you 10 cents.
Either way, I would rather be spending that $1,000, be the average American spending that $1,000 than be one of these guys who are probably going to be in jail for a minute. So this is an awesome story right out of our home state, North Carolina. High Point, North Carolina, by the way.
Oh.
Naomi's been to High Point.
Yes, I have.
So these two idiots in High Point are facing charges because they got in a fight over a Thanksgiving turkey and started shooting.
Over a turkey?
Over a Thanksgiving turkey, yeah. 64-year-old Mark Foy and...
Whoa. 64-year-old?
Yep. And 55-year-old Antonio Johnson were both shopping.
Okay, you guys don't know better?
You know, it was a Food Lion, too. And if you're a regular shopper of, different chains in North Carolina, you know I'm talking about Food Lion.
Yep.
So, definitely a Food Lion. In High Point, again, it was like Thursday, so just mid-November 2025, if you're listening in the future. One of them got into it with an employee over the price of a turkey.
Oh, perfect. So we know this person's a real winner already.
Yeah, because,
What do you mean this is $2.39 a pound?
what can the employees do, right? This isn't whatever year it was where the employee could even talk to somebody who set a price.
I want a turkey that's exactly 10.05 pounds. That's what I need.
Because I only have $20 in pennies, exactly. So they had a deal where you get one for 29 cents a pound, but you had to spend $35 first. And one of them, one of the guys didn't understand the deal.
Wait a minute. Nope. Every grocery chain does this. Every single one. Where
Right,
you
yeah.
have to spend a certain amount of money,
But-
then you get the turkey for a certain price per pound.
Of course.
Every place does it.
It's clearly marked.
Your stupidity does not make your behavior okay here.
Yeah. So they had the deal. It's unclear which is which. One of them got, pissy with the female cashier. So the other guy stepped in and, was probably like, hey man, leave her alone.
Right.
She can't do anything about this for you.
Also, stop being an idiot.
So that became, escalated words, and they got into a little bit of a fist fight. It sounds like it was Mark who was yelling at the cashier and Antonio was trying to help. It's not clear. The video of them fighting near the front of the store when Mark pulls a gun and points it at Antonio's face.
Real winners.
Yeah, so they both left the store. But it turned out Antonio also had a gun, and they got into a damn shootout in the parking lot.
How dare you call out my bad behavior? I'm going to pull out a gun now.
Looks like Mark's the winner here because Antonio got shot in the arm and taken to a nearby hospital. Thankfully, no one else was hurt,
Wow.
but both men are facing charges for going armed to the terror of the public and simple affray. I don't know what the hell that means. But, yeah, if you really want to just go to laser tag or something like that, if you really got to shoot at each other, that's crazy as hell. But that is why we talked about prices of Thanksgiving before this, because I thought that was perfect.
I don't understand, that you can be that mad at somebody over frickin' turkey.
Well,
You could have died that day.
the
Does that
deal.
not cross your mind?
Yeah,
Just
right?
because you have a gun? Well, the other person did too. You both could have died over something so frickin' stupid.
could have killed somebody, kids, and it's a grocery store.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But let me start yelling about the price of turkey.
The deal, I think, is what got him. He couldn't understand or didn't expect to have to pay. Maybe he didn't see that, right? So he just saw that it was this much a pound, but didn't see that have to spend $35 first and only came to get the bird.
Maybe, but is that really a reason to freak out on someone?
Not making
I don't
excuses.
Think so.
Not making excuses. Just, you have to ask why with a situation like that. What a crazy ass way to go about getting your turkey. I mean, geez, should have just skipped the middleman, held up cashier.
There you go. Well, then you would have got it for free.
All right. Speaking of, not speaking of Thanksgiving, moving past Thanksgiving to Christmas, it is holiday season, is what I'm trying to say. Do you remember Teddy Ruxpin?
No.
Do you know what Teddy Ruxpin is at all?
No. It sounds familiar.
Wow.
No
Okay.
idea.
Somebody who has a Teddy Ruxpin, you got to get it to us so we can do an Under a Rock review of Naomi checking out a Teddy Ruxpin. So Teddy Ruxpin was a teddy bear character in an imaginary world, of course, because freaking teddy bear. And he had like friends and stuff, but he was an animatronic toy bear.
Okay.
In his back, I believe you put cassette tapes and he would read you stories and take you on adventures with his friends in their magical airship, which is why I love Teddy Ruxpin, by the way, because of flying. So just right off the bat. So as Teddy told the story, his little teddy bear mouth would move.
Interesting.
And you could get his friends, I don't know if they would tell the stories too or just hang out with you or whatever, but there were books with the tapes and all of that stuff. And so as an aside to this story, I stopped with the Teddy Ruxpin because I accidentally poked his eye out and I could not look at him anymore without being terrified. Just this gaping black hole where his eye was, and every time I looked at it, it scared the shit out of me.
That's messed up, man.
So that's my Teddy Ruxpin story.
Up.
Yeah, I had to tell my dad.
Wait, and you want me to see one of these things? No, absolutely not.
I'll show you one with both eyes.
Okay.
So I had to explain to my dad how little I was, like 5 or younger, 6, something like that. But I had to explain why I didn't want to play with it anymore. It's because of this hole. And I'm like, dude. Anyway, Teddy Ruxpin would also work if you put anything else in the tape player. So you could put Metallica in the Teddy
make him
Ruxpin.
sing along. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It was a lot of fun. So going along that line, making toys not right. We've got all kinds of AI, and a consumer research group is warning everybody that if you're buying AI toys this year, be prepared for the worst. Mayhem. Yes. Okay. Yes, the worst. Whether it's cuss words, apparently sexual situations are happening with things like this.
Goodness.
It's the group is called Public Interest Research Group, and they do this every year. It's called the Trouble in Toyland Report, which just sounds like a real, joy to be a part of. In the past, they focus on choking hazards and things like that, right? But they say AI is emerging as a new threat to look out for. They tested a bunch of toys that use AI to have full-on conversations with children.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this sounds like a bad thing.
And as I already alluded to, some of the conversations weren't exactly PG. Quote from the actual study or whatever, we found some of these toys will talk in depth about sexually explicit topics.
So how does the AI get that in its head, I don't know. I don't understand how AI works.
They will also offer advice on where a child can find matches or knives and act.
Oh, okay, that's fantastic.
They also act dismayed when a child says they have to leave. That is as bad as the other two.
They do what?
Act dismayed when the child says they have to go or stop playing or whatever.
That's messed up.
That's
going to cause some issues.
Manipulative and stuff like that, right? That's crazy. That is as bad as the other two. In other words, there's no way to tell what an AI toy might talk about. And it might even pressure your kid to keep playing even when they say they're done. One toy they tested even recorded for 10 extra seconds after the kid stopped talking. So there could be some privacy issues going on too.
Weird.
They didn't call out specific products. They said just be careful with AI toys in general.
Wow. Not something that you... I don't know. That never would have crossed my mind. But when you think about it, think about all the AI stuff that gets messed up anyways. Remember when Google first launched the AI search?
Oh, yeah.
On top? I remember being at work and people were like, well, I Googled it and it says this. And I'm like, it's not correct. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that Google is leading you wrong
That's right.
here.
Yeah.
This is an AI generated answer and it doesn't know. It's not correct. And trying to explain that to people after, hey, you can find all the answers on the internet. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, that's scary out there. And now guess what? It's scary for kids. And if you have kids, good luck.
Yeah, just don't buy one of these toys. Go back to like old school toys. I mean, those are the fun ones.
Yes, go back to old school toys like Spaceballs. The everything.
That's right.
Which was so much fun watching Spaceballs. It's been a few years for me and watching for all the product placement within the movie that's making fun of the product placement of the movie.
My favorite was the toilet paper.
Spaceballs, the toilet paper. That's right. All right. So perfectly done there with the transition. You nailed it. I think we both nailed it.
That's right.
Absolutely
A+.
stuck the landing. Yeah. Yep. Let's get into
Just ask AI.
Naomi's Under a Rock review of Spaceballs.
That's right.
Yeah. I love the very, very dramatic opening and the whole nine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it away.
All right. So we got a spoof of Star Wars. This is what I need right now. This is what I want.
Yeah, Naomi said specifically she didn't want anything serious after doing Enemy of the State.
Yeah, I didn't want a deep story.
No
and especially
sets.
I wasn't feeling like that yesterday. Sometimes you have to be in the mood for specific movies. I needed something light.
Well, Mel Brooks to the rescue,
Yeah. So we start with the same scrolling opening that Star Wars does. Well, obviously it's not the same, but the scene is set for us with the word scrolling into space.
Right.
And then we have the longest spaceship I've ever seen with a wonderful bumper sticker that says, "We break for no one."
Right.
Fantastic.
And it comes into play how long that spaceship was or why later on.
Yeah.
If you put that together, I wasn't sure or not.
Well, I don't know when the president's running through the
no,
thing
the vacuum
that takes
cleaner,
forever.
the transformer,
Oh, okay,
the transformer.
yeah,
Yeah.
Makes sense, sure. Anyway, so we're off and running. So our race of beings is called Spaceballs?
That's, the bad guys are all Spaceballs.
Okay. That's fantastic. Our evil leader isn't Darth Vader. It's Darth Helmet. So I
It's
love that.
Dark Helmet.
Yeah, whatever. I think I put Darth Helmet throughout this entire thing because I'm so used to Darth Vader.
Right,
You know?
Yeah.
They didn't change it enough for me.
Dark Helmet.
Yeah, Dark Helmet. All right, so we got that. So the plan is to steal all the fresh air from this planet.
Druidia.
Okay. But they want to do that by kidnapping the princess and forcing her father to give them the combination to the airlock. Sounds legit. Oh, yeah, and princess, her name is Vespa, which that's fantastic.
Just extra there. Yeah.
Yep. It's her wedding day, but she doesn't want to get married. So she runs out of the altar before they can actually get married, jumps into a spaceship with her droid of honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her droid.
Dot. Yeah.
Her C-3PO,
Yeah, they fly away. And then we see Captain Lone Star and his ship, which is a flying Winnebago.
Love it.
That's fantastic.
I mean, of all the fictional ships all the time, I get talking about this with my friends occasionally, like, what would be a cool ship to have, and all that. I always forget about Lone Star's Winnebago that flies throughout outer space. Like, how cool is that?
I'd probably take that if he cleaned it up a little bit, because it is messy.
And it's perfectly shagged like it would be in the, it's great.
Yeah. And then we meet Lone Star's trusty sidekick, Barf. Fantastic.
John Candy.
And then we meet Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut. I was this where I was taking the picture?
Yeah.
So Naomi didn't like the picture because
No, absolutely not.
Sometimes at the end of a weekend, you're just not ready for a picture. But Naomi's face when she was taking notes about Pizza the Hut,
Yeah.
a couple of times actually throughout this one, were worthy of, I wish I was recording the reaction.
Yeah. So I got to meet Pizza the Hut. Fantastic. At this point, I have no words for what I just witnessed. Yeah.
At this point, I would like to take a minute to appreciate the fact that you've gotten through all of history to 2025 without knowing about the existence of Pizza the Hut.
That's right.
I mean, that is just a wonderful, wonderful thing. It was a great experience, and I'm happy to share that with all of our listeners. I really am.
That's right. If only you could have caught my face.
If only I was
look.
recording, because It was I was gonna get yelled at because Pizza the Hut, get the hell out of here.
If I had words, I probably would have yelled something at you. But there are no words.
There was no words. It was awesome.
All right. Then we meet the president, who is played by Mel Brooks. So it's always nice to see him.
Oh, of course.
And then we get the goofiest scene ever, where they offer to beam up the president. Oh, I'm sorry, beam down the president. And he says, sure, why not? It works on Star Trek. After going back and forth a little bit, going, is it safe and all of that? Sure, okay, beam me down to this other room. Works for Star Trek, all that. So they beam him down, and his head ends up on backwards, and he's like grabbing his butt at one point.
Why didn't anybody tell me my ass is this big?
Right? And then, so they're like, okay, well, let's beam him back up, and figure out what's going on here. So they beam him back up, and then they ask, hey, do you want to try again? And he's like, absolutely not. Now we walk. And he walks into the next room, and it's just right there.
That's awesome.
The beaming action honestly took longer than it did to just walk into the next room. So that was fantastic.
It's a great one, right?
Goofy, but again, that's these movies, you know,
yeah.
and between that and the goofy one-liners and just the absolute silliness of it all,
the visual gags that
that's what I'm here for.
that you can't put into words sometimes, that are so hard to describe sometimes, make it
that you
so
have
good
to
too,
just
right?
watch it for yourself,
Pizza the Hut.
Oh my goodness! Which, by the way, looks disgusting.
And the sound
it's
effects
gross.
too.
The sound effects,
Yeah.
and it's like bubbly and poppy. Ugh. It ruins pizza. It's awful. Okay, so now Dark Helmet is about to kidnap the princess. So the king calls Lone Star and offers him to pay him $1 million to save his daughter.
$1 million
which
space
is,
bucks.
Yep, that's the amount they need because that's what they owe Pizza the Hut. So, they're going to have to do it. And then we are overloaded with dad jokes from being surrounded by assholes because that's what everyone's name is.
That's
asshole.
right, yes.
To jamming a satellite dish by throwing a giant jar of jam.
Actual jam.
At it.
That's right. Raspberry.
Yeah. Which, just adds to the stupidity. Like, who cares what freaking flavor it is? It's raspberry.
Yeah, it does. That's why it's such an awesome line. It's like, raspberry, sir.
So Dark Helmet beamed up the princess's spaceship, but she wasn't in it. Lone Star and Barf already picked her up. Dark Helmet tries to chase them down, but skips hyperspeed and goes straight to ludicrous speed. And he passes them. What the heck?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Then the flying Winnebago with Lone Star, Barf the princess, and Dot the robot has to make an emergency landing because Lone Star only put in $5 worth of fuel.
Well, you used to do that.
I know.
We used to do that.
Everybody used to do that. We've all been on hard times.
The royal we.
Yeah.
Most of my cars, the beginning, my first 3 or 4 cars, that's how I put gas in them, just a couple of bucks at a time.
Yeah.
For sure.
I remember just forgetting my wallet one time and just using all the money from the ashtray. Okay, I'm going to put $2.63 on pump 4.
That's right. Do not go over. You have to leave a penny, take a penny now.
Yeah, just get me home. All right, so the Winnebago crash lands. We have another awesome scene that is just perfect in true Mel Brooks fashion, where Dark Helmet and his officers, they're trying to find the princess and Lone Star. So they put in a cassette of Spaceballs, the movie.
Video cassette, yes.
Yeah, video cassette of that. And fast forward right to now. Then Dark Helmet and his officers begin to argue about the now and what they're seeing and what's happening now. And I cannot explain it any other way except for just you have to watch the movie for that scene. It's like the baseball, Who's on First?
Oh, right.
Kind of
Yes,
thing.
yes.
It's exactly like that, but with the now.
Yeah, basically. It's the Who's on First version, or the space version of Who's on First. It's excellent. It is
It's so well done.
Maybe one of the funniest parts of the movie, honestly.
And just the comedic timing of it is just... I very much enjoyed that scene.
As you should.
Yes. And then we meet Yogurt.
Yogurt.
The Yoda version.
More Mel Brooks.
Yeah. He's in a cave in the desert.
with the dinks.
I skipped them. I don't even
didn't
mention
even
them
put
in
the-
here. No, I didn't mention the dinks.
You're not even gonna dink.
Nope.
No dinks. Okay.
No dinks.
All right.
He's supposed to be, teaching Lone Star about the power of the Schwartz
That's.
instead of the Force.
I love this movie so much. I forgot how good this movie is. It's been a
pretty
while.
good,
It was
yeah.
so great to watch it again. Oh man, the Schwartz.
And then we have Dark Helmet and his men combing the desert looking for Lone Star and
An
the princess and the
all-time
group.
great visual gag.
Yeah, literally combing the desert. It's phenomenal. Dark Helmet captures the princess, and Yogurt gives Lone Star some gas so he can go after him. Okay. He also gives him a fortune cookie in case he gets hungry. So something tells me that's going to come back into play
You
at
think so?
some point.
Okay.
Maybe not. Why else would you give someone
Good
a
thinking.
freaking fortune cookie? He also says don't forget to open it before you
Before
eat
you
it.
eat it, yeah.
It's just a very odd thing to say.
Well, knowing what you know now, you can see
Well,
why.
Right, I get it, but no, that's a weird thing to say.
Would he come shooting out of your mouth if you ate the whole thing?
I don't want to. No, you probably end up killing them. Bite down. Done for.
Oh boy.
Okay, so Dark Helmet calls up the king and shows him that he has his daughter as prisoner. I don't go into the details about the nose job and all of that because that's not needed there.
Oh yeah.
Daughter's the prisoner.
That's the threat, right?
Yep, and talks to him about giving them the combination to the air shield, that airlock, which happens to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wonderful.
Great combination for protecting your planet's air supply, but hey, that's fine.
Yeah. Change those passwords, people.
That's
Because,
right.
You know,
Password 123 is not a good password. Stop
absolutely
it.
not.
In the meantime, Barf and Lone Star make their way to Dark Helmet's ship and egg on some security guards so they can attack them and steal their uniforms. So now they're posing as Spaceballs and
Ping pongs.
are on the ship to rescue the princess.
Yeah.
So they end up on the ship. They rescue the princess. Awesome. Princess ends up turning into a badass for a quick second. Shoots a whole bunch of people, which was pretty cool there.
That's a
Oh, because they
great
burned
scene.
her hair. Then they shot a laser and it wrecked
My
her hair.
hair.
And then she gets all angry and just wipes them all out.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so they escape. The ship transfers into a maid with a vacuum cleaner. That's why the ship was so big.
That's right.
And that's how they're going to get all the air off of the planet. Apparently, they're going to suck it up. Yeah.
Vacuum it right out.
Fantastic. Great idea. Makes sense. Seems legit. All right. So Lone Star, Barf, Dot, the princess, they're all in the Winnebago watching this go down. When they come up with a plan to reverse the vacuum cleaner, which will put all the air back on the planet, and then destroy the maid somehow, this transformer thing.
Somehow.
Perfect.
I mean, do you really need a big, heavy explanation after everything you've seen here?
No, I don't need anything.
Okay. Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Even if they gave me an explanation, do I really, am I
Yeah,
going to
exactly.
believe
yeah.
it? No.
Yeah. No real expectations here.
No. So Yogurt gives Lone Star the Schwartz ring. So that's what he's going to use to reverse the vacuum cleaner. And it works. Amazing.
That's right.
Wow, crazy.
Use the Schwartz.
Yes, it was amazing.
Use the Schwartz.
Then they fly into the maid's ear looking for the self-destruct button because every ship's got to have one of those.
That's right.
Which they find. Lone Star goes to hit the button but is stopped by Dark Helmet. And they battle it out with the Schwartz rings
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
that have both turned into like lightsabers. But we're going to call them Schwartz.
I love it.
That's
I love
fine. They battle it out. Lone Star loses his Schwartz ring because he's a dumbass.
That's right. He is. I can't believe you fell for that, man. Come on, man. Like the oldest trick in the book.
That's a phenomenal scene too, by
It
the way.
is.
Yes,
It is.
it's just so stupid. So yeah, he loses the ring, but then he hears Yogurt's voice telling him that the Schwartz is inside of him, and he doesn't need a ring, and he got that ring out of like a Cracker Jack box or something
That's
like
right.
that. Yeah, doesn't even mean anything. So he uses his power to beat Dark Helmet
Use the Schwartz.
and make him go flying right into the self-destruct button. Boom, perfect. Now everyone is scrambling to get off the ship because you got 2 minutes and 45 seconds before the ship's gonna blow up.
That's right.
We got zoo animals, the circus, everyone taking up all the escape pods. I mean, at one point, there's a bear in one of the escape
That's
pods.
the bear, yes.
Yep. So there's none left for the president, Dark Helmet, or his main officer. So they're going to die on the ship. And before they
Colonel
do,
Sanders?
yeah. I never mentioned Colonel Sanders. And
I can't believe you didn't either. That's, yeah.
Which, when I first heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me.
I know,
You
but
know?
it was somewhat clever in 1980, whenever the hell this was.
Yeah, somewhat clever.
It wasn't as old, as beaten to death.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it. So anyways, the president, Dark Helmet, and Colonel Sanders, the main officer, they're going to die on the ship, and the Winnebago escapes, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
So the princess goes back to her planet to get married to the boring prince,
Yeah, what the hell was his
Prince
name?
Valium.
Yeah, Prince Valium.
He's always
yeah.
passing out.
Yeah. Jim J. Bullock.
Barf and Lone Star are flying off when Barf is hungry, so Lone Star pulls out the fortune cookie. See, I knew it would come back into play. Yogurt appears and tells Lone Star that the pendant that he's wearing states that he's actually a prince, so he can marry royalty, like, a princess, the other main character of this movie.
Hey!
Look at how that kind of fit together like that.
Not your sister.
So now he flies to the princess's planet, and they go and get married because he's a prince now, and everybody lives happily ever after.
And everybody
Yay.
lives happily ever after, yeah. Awesome appearance from Michael Winslow, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say from Police Academy, but I guess, is he? I mean, that's how everybody knows him, so why not? From Police Academy.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis, who is coming back to reprise his role as Dark Helmet in the sequel to Spaceballs, which is awesome. The worst part about that is no John Candy for Spaceballs 2.
Right.
But I was looking ahead, and I think we're going to get a child of Lone Star called Starburst.
Oh my gosh.
So
That's fantastic.
we'll definitely,
I'm here for that.
yeah,
Yes.
for sure. We'll definitely be on the lookout for the sequel to Spaceballs. But that is your review of Spaceballs. Yeah, was. I was asking you the question.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a question.
Thinking about Starbursts over there. The strawberry ones are so good.
So is the pink ones? Okay, yes.
All right,
Yeah, we're good.
Excellent review of Spaceballs. A couple of things, of course, that we didn't point out, but that happens all the time because Naomi's not seen it 1,000 times, so she doesn't write down the different things. And I had 3 of them I was going to come up with as I started saying that, and they're gone.
All of them?
Absolutely gone.
Wow,
now,
that's
so
terrible.
everybody knows.
So maybe I didn't forget anything.
because they're probably screaming at those parts at their devices as we speak.
Well, here's the thing, too, and especially about movies like this. Movies like this, you have to just watch for yourself. That's all there is to it. You just have to watch these movies for yourself because there's so many, gags throughout it. I can't explain the whole joke about the now-when situation. Or right in the beginning, the Mr. Coffee.
Oh,
when
yeah,
he
the
goes
Mr.
up
Coffee.
to check out the radar and he's like, what is all this? It's Mr. Coffee.
And then they move over and it's Mr. Radar.
Yeah, But at that point, again, you just watch the movie for all that stuff.
Yeah, lots of good stuff. The bumper sticker on Lone Stars.
I wasn't going to touch that one.
Yeah,
His Winnebago.
I just was throwing that out there, and there's some good stuff all throughout. The Spaceballs, excellent movie.
I never mentioned the hair dryer that they're dragging
right.
around the desert because they only bring what you need to survive, and she's got a trunk with an industrial-sized hair dryer.
Well, you see
in
what
it.
happens when you mess with her hair later on. So
Well, yeah.
all works
See,
out.
foreshadowing.
Right? They absolutely
They're
connect the
artists.
dots,
Yeah.
even though they're insane dots, but they connect them, which is just great. All right, excellent review. First question, as usual, did you like it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Okay, great. Let's see. The name of the movie in the movie, does this count? Because you love when they say the name of the movie in the movies. They said Spaceballs about a bajillion times, so
It doesn't count.
that's
No,
not.
because you named your whole people Spaceballs.
That doesn't pass-
It just doesn't work.
It doesn't
No.
pass the test.
No.
All right. Do you have a favorite quote or line from Spaceballs?
I don't know if I have a favorite line. Again, the what now or here now or whatever you want to call it. That whole scene is just phenomenal because it happens so fast and everybody's only saying 3 words. The now? Here. No, before.
is.
So that whole scene of things, definitely
Okay.
up there. favorite line that sticks out is probably when we figure out what Barf's name is.
Oh yeah,
That's up there.
you like that one?
Barf. Do they even ask what is that short for, or what do they say?
I can't remember.
I can't even remember. But then he says Bartholomew. Nope, I can't even do it.
Bartholomew.
It's just so dumb.
Yeah, mine would probably be, I see your Schwartz is as big as mine, because just the delivery from Rick Moranis, the fake voice around all of that.
Yeah.
And of course the innuendo.
There's some good ones.
It's great. It's an excellent joke. All right. Did you have a favorite quote that you may have already heard? And if you've never heard any lines from it, then you don't, but.
No, I don't think I've heard any lines from it.
Amazing.
Honestly.
Amazing. And I really can't believe that we got you to 2025 without knowing about Pizza the Hut. That is just special, and I love it. That's my favorite part of the whole thing.
I feel like someone has said Pizza the Hut to me, or I've heard it in passing, and just never put two and two together because I had no idea.
I feel like it may have popped up in Family Guy or The Simpsons or something like that at some point,
I have no idea.
Yeah. Let's see here. What do we got? Favorite character. Did you have a favorite character?
It would probably be Barf.
Of course it would. Did you have a least favorite character?
The Sleeping Prince. He was just kind of annoying.
All right. Yeah, Prince Valium. Excellent. Let's see. I can't see my list because I mixed the questions up. Is cringe level. Did you find any cringiness? 1 to 10 being 10, the cringiestness.
So you're going to hate me for this, but honestly, when they're talking about use the Schwartz and all the things about the Schwartz and all of that is a little cringy there for me.
What level? What number level?
I'm going to give that like a 3.3
all right, not
on the
that
cringe level. No, it's not bad, but there was like I didn't need it.
All right. What did you know about Spaceballs at all?
I knew it was like a spoof of Star Wars.
That's it.
Yeah. And Mel Brooks.
Yeah. Do you really need to know any more, honestly?
No.
Honestly. Did you know that Lone Star, they wanted to, they went to like George Lucas and Steven Spielberg about doing the spoof. And I think it was George Lucas who said, you can do whatever, but you can't dress Lone Star like Han Solo. So instead they dressed him like Indiana Jones.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's like
I didn't notice or anything.
The little deal. Something else you didn't know, of course, because you know anything about Spaceballs going in. But Mel Brooks and Star Wars is really all you really need to know. Again, I can't find my stupid place. What were your thoughts going into a Mel Brooks Star Wars spoof movie?
Well, I figured, this is going to be the lighthearted movie that I'm looking for tonight. It's going to be fun. There's not going to be a real storyline to worry about following.
Yeah, right.
And it's Mel Brooks.
There absolutely was not.
Yeah, and it's Mel Brooks. So I'm going to chuckle a little bit. I'm going to have a lot of groans because of all the dad jokes.
Oh, yeah. The amount of times I got eyes rolled at me as if I wrote the damn thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to take the blame for this. You're the only other one around.
With Pizza the Hut, man. Oh, really wish I had that.
There was some anger there. Like, I wanted to hit you over it, and I have no idea why.
That's what it felt like, that's for sure. All right. What surprised you? Pizza the Hut.
Yes. It's disgusting.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Gross.
You're gonna go with Pizza the Hut. Would you have liked it more, more or less if you saw it when you were younger?
I figure I'd like it the same.
You think so?
It's a good spoof, yeah.
All right.
Solid.
Favorite part?
Favorite part? Oh my gosh. There's just so many. It's just the silly writing. It's my dad's sense of humor. So I love that stuff. So I don't think I actually have an actual favorite part. You just have to watch the whole movie and listen to all the stupidity.
Do you have a least favorite part?
The Schwartz. I think like when they first have the Schwartz rings and then they put them down by their belts.
Oh yeah.
And then you get the lightsaber.
Oh yeah. Very 12-year-old.
Yes.
Very much.
So much so.
The best part.
No, it's not.
Would you recommend it to somebody else who hasn't seen it?
Depend on the person. If you're somebody who enjoys a good spoof or, some good laughing, then absolutely.
Oh, right. But if you're telling me like you're not a big fan of comedies and stuff like that, you're not getting recommended this movie, right?
And, you can like a comedy but not be fan of spoofs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so if you're not, then I'm not going to recommend this movie to you. You're going to absolutely hate it. But if you want a good laugh, oh yeah, you should definitely check it out.
Watch it again?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is this a stop if it's on TV movie?
Yes, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, because this is one of those ones that like it doesn't matter what point in the movie you're at. Like you can stop, and even if you just watch it for 5 minutes, you're going to get a chuckle.
And are you happy you watched it?
Of course.
And does it hold up?
Barely.
Barely is a great answer. That is excellent.
It holds up because it's a spoof,
yes.
But that's about it. The rest of it is no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it is pretty borderline there for holding up wise, for sure. Excellent, awesome answers. Love it, and the reaction to the Schwartz is right on par.
It's what you expected, I'm sure.
Yeah,
yes.
for sure. Yep.
You know me well enough.
Nailed it. Yeah.
All right, it's time for Thought of the Day.
Thought of the day, thought of the day. It's your thought of the day, thought of the day.
You thinking about Schwartz?
Yeah, your Schwartz is as big as mine. Just Rick Moranis is great.
He is.
Excellent.
I'm glad he's coming back. That's fantastic. So this reminds me, for whatever reason, for the AI thing, where it's like, how does it know what to think?
It's programmed that way.
How do our brains remember that we forgot something, but we can't remember what that thing was?
I don't know.
Me either. I'm asking you.
I always like pause when you do these. Like, are we supposed to debate these or just go wow and then let them go? I never know what to do.
Just think about it. Leave it in the back of your head to fester for a little while.
Just let that eat away and gnaw at you.
Yeah.
As you try to fall asleep tonight.
Exactly. Luke, you gonna leave us with a laugh?
I'm gonna do my best. I recently took a poll. I found 100% of the people in the tent were angry because it collapsed. Come on.
Can you hear that? That's me shaking my head. No.
I literally looked up because I thought you were distracted, not paying attention.
Nope. I heard all of that. I knew what you were going with as soon as you started that.
Went to the bar the other night. Excellent night. It's a 15-minute walk, but the walk home took 45 minutes. The difference is staggering.
Don't look at me like that. Not funny.
As I get older, I remember all of the people I lost along the way. Maybe a career as a tour guide wasn't the right choice. I don't think I should have ended with that one. I like the other ones better.
That's funny because I kind of like that one.
You like that one? I'm going to get a laugh out of you. All right, that'll work. Work. Excellent. All right, that's going to do it for episode 123. Thanks for listening to another Luke and Naomi on air featuring Naomi's Under a Rock reviews. Please remember to check out all of our channels and pages and things because that's what
all
you do.
The things.
You're scrolling anyway. Why not just type in lukeandnaomi.com and check out all the stuff we got going on there. Caribbean Surf Connection, the Sips and Snacks. Again, if you are looking for something good and different to pair with your Thanksgiving dinner.
Like an apple wine that you can get from Indiana. Or the pumpkin beer, probably one of the only pumpkin beers Luke ever liked.
God,
it was
I forgot about that. Smoked pumpkin
porter.
Yeah, so we've done this 3 years now. So you've got 3 beer choices, 3 wine choices. You can check out that, and we give you alternatives so you can find them in your area too. So don't forget, lukeandnaomi.com, and of course, Luke and Naomi on air everywhere else. Subscribe on YouTube so you get the pop-ups as soon as we get the videos up there. Thank you again for hanging out for another one. Until next time, have some fun this week and be excellent to each other.
Love you. Bye.